So we're looking here at a photograph of a little boy. He's 3 years old, a Polish Jewish boy in the southern Polish city of Rzeszow. His name was Maurice Friedberg. I know this because he grew up to be my dad. But here he's just a child standing on a pile of wood in the family's lumberyard. That was the family's business. It was located behind the home of his grandparents in the same building where he was born. And when I look at this little kid who can't know what's going to happen to him, I think about all that would happen and all that would be taken from him. The possibility of a normal childhood, the many, many relatives, and I'm talking about around 150 relatives who would be killed in the coming years, the home that was stolen from them, the furniture, the toys, the neighbors who moved into their home after they were deported. But here he's just an innocent boy, standing there, on a normal afternoon, probably playing with his cousins. I think he has a skinned knee, and not knowing that any of this will happen and never being able to recreate that shattered world later. So my father did not talk about his wartime experiences for many years. He was a scholar. He was happy to talk about the Holocaust in abstract, but he actually just felt it was too painful. When I asked him, why won't you be like other Holocaust survivors who go to classrooms and things, he said, when I meet people who say, oh, nice to meet you, I hear you're a Holocaust survivor, tell me about what happened to you. He said to him, it felt like someone saying, nice to meet you, I heard you were gang raped, tell me about that. Tell me about the most intimate, violating, traumatic experience of your life, that somehow I have a right to know that. And for him, it was something he didn't want to revisit. He needed to put it aside in a box and move on with his life because it was too painful. But he liked to reminisce. He was 9.5 when the Germans invaded his town, and he had very fond memories. He had 13 or 14 aunts and uncles, most of whom were married with cousins, and he would talk about the geese that lived in that same yard and would peck at him when he ran across. He would talk about the time that his brother ate chalk, blue chalk, from the lumberyard, and the parents only figured it out when he went to pee and peed blue. I mean, kind of goofy stories from a childhood, a normal childhood. But just a few blocks away, in September 1939, when the Germans invaded, one of his uncles, who was a teenager, was hung by the invading forces just for walking down the street as a Polish Jewish boy. So the juxtaposition of these very kind of sweet, normal memories and the horrors to come, I think, are really embodied in this photo of him as a little guy.